Peace and welcome back to the channel here on Single Dad Experience. I'm at work right now, as y'all can see. Wow. My last video I did was called Small Talk, which I had 3 questions that I had asked y'all, right? Now this right here isn't small talk. This is actually part of one of the videos that I was planning on doing. And the video, it goes into when it comes to disciplining your babies, your children, right? How old was it when you started giving ass whoopings, and how old were they when you stopped whooping their ass, if you even whooped their ass? Because my mom's played no games when it came to that discipline game. Plus her being a single mom of 3, 2 boys and 1 girl, and her being the baby of 6 children, my mom's definitely had a different cloth that she came from. Like, she played no games when it came to whooping ass. I don't give a damn if it was my ass, your ass, my man's ass, his man. It's like my mom's she came from a whole nother cloth. But the reason for this video is because of the fact that when I disciplined my babies, when I was giving out ass whoopings, I started to see myself doing the same thing like how my moms did, which was my moms gave ass whoopings for anything. If you dropped some water on the fucking floor, she whooped your ass. If you looked wrong, she whooped your ass. And I started to see a pattern when it came to me and my babies, and I had to stop. And I thought to myself, was like, damn, was my mom abusive? You know what I'm saying? Like, now that I'm older and I got my own children and I do the same thing, I was just wondering, like, damn, was my mom abusive? All she had to do was just talk. But then I know how I was when I was young. I was hard-headed. So talking to me was like talking to a brick wall with a fucking cast iron damn skillet on top of it with the fire burning. I wasn't hearing shit. And my son do the same thing. And my daughter, she used to do the same thing, but not as much. But my son don't listen to shit. I'm talking about, I can tell him, Akeem, relax yourself. Daddy, I am relaxed. No, the fuck you're not. You're sitting here sweating and you don't know how to calm down. Daddy, I'm calm. But I get it, because I used to be the same way. Super hyper for no fucking reason, but I was just hyper. I don't know. I kind of calmed down. The older I got, the less hyper I need to be. You know, it's too much stuff going on for me to be that hyper. I need to slow down and catch a glimpse of everything that's going on around me. And that's what I started to do. And my son, him being the person he is, he don't listen. So I used to whoop his ass so much that I used to get a workout on whooping his ass. So eventually I stopped whooping his ass, because I'm like, yo, he's only doing what a kid his age do. Because I used to do the same thing at his age. Even though I got ass whoopings for it, my mom's didn't have time to sit there and say, well, this is what kids do. She been a single mom since she was 16, 17. So she ain't have time to sit there and worry about how I felt or what I cared about. Her whole objective was being a mom's. And I get that. I truly get that, because just being a dad and having to take care of 2 people on top of yourself, that's a task in itself. I mean, it's easy for you to take care of you, but to take care of 2 other people who you know depend on you, that challenge right there makes some people break down and be like, yo, I can't do it. But like I said, man, I'm cut from a whole nother cloth that I have to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to. This ain't proving myself to nobody, or, you know, making a point with anybody. I just know I had to do it. and knowing that I had to do it, and I was being a single parent, it's like, okay, do I do what my moms did and just whoop ass just because, or do I sit back and analyze the whole situation, the whole playing field? Like, okay, I know they kids. That's one. Two, I know they gonna be kids because they do things kids do. Sometimes it's not all kids is hard-headed. There's some kids that don't never ever get in trouble, but that's a rare one. That's a rarity. But they doing what kids do. And then three, I'm like, okay, my mom's being a female, she ain't have bass in her voice. And she had some punk ass boyfriends, you know, but none of them really was like boyfriends that wanted to be involved with the kids. And my mom's made that clear, like, listen, they don't need no damn no stepdaddy. They don't need none of that. And I think that's where I got mine from when it comes to my kids. It's like, I don't believe in having somebody else try to raise my children when I've been doing it by my damn self. And that's where my discipline for that come in at, because we can put discipline in multiple different categories. We can put it in discipline with ass whoopings. We can put discipline with yourself. We can put discipline in the things that you're trying to get at. But the bottom line is, I had to be disciplined in all aspects and all areas of everything. I'm talking about, I got to discipline myself, knowing I got to take care of two people. I had to discipline my kids when they didn't act right in school. And that's the thing that used to burn me out, was like my son being hard-headed in school, which that translated in him not learning like he should be, because he wanted to sit there in school and play around and think all these kids is his friends, when most of these kids, they not your friend. And I had to explain this to him, like, this is why the kids call you all these names, because you giving them the reason to say all these names to you and act like they're your friends and all of this craziness. So I had to discipline my kids in the aspect of like, just know the difference. I know y'all, and it's easy for my daughter to get it because she's something like me. Like, if I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. My son, on the other hand, he's so lovable that he don't know when somebody trying to be phony towards him. So him acting like a fool in school used to translate to him getting ass whoopings at home, because I get the phone call, Mr. Feature, Akeem is acting like this. Can you talk to him? Mr. Feature, Akeem is doing this. Can you talk? It got to a point where my son burnt me out for a whole year, as far as like, I was getting phone calls like every other day for a whole school year because my son. But everything is kind of cool, calm, and collective now. Signed, sealed, and delivered with the, you know, I don't feel like I gotta whoop his ass no more. Now he more scared of me talking to him with the voice than he would be with me grabbing up a motherfucking belt and whooping his ass. You know what I'm saying? He don't like standing on the wall. So it's like, when it come to discipline, we always talk about how we got the worst ass whoopings from our moms, our grandmother. What we got to put into reality is, back then, the state was different. You can get an ass whooping in school by your principal or your teacher was able to whoop your ass because it was part of the school. It was part of it being in school back then. Now, these teachers say something crazy to one of these kids and automatically the state is involved. Or if you not doing something that you supposed to do and the school deem like the kids is not being raised right, the school can call fucking the state on you. Like, it was an incident where my son tried to fight his sister, and then he told the principal, he said something disrespectful to the principal, right? Now, I raised my son to not put his hands on any female. I don't give a damn if it's a sister, anybody, any female. Well, he did, and I whooped his ass. Not because what he did and said to the principal, it's because he disrespected two females. One was his sister, and the second one was the principal. And you don't put your hands on your sister. I don't give a fuck. That's just the way I was raised. Because if I put my hands on my sister, my mom used to try to fuck us up, me and my brother. And I'm 6'1". My brother's 6 foot. We not no little short people. We some tall people. So my mom's like had to really like ball up her little baby fist and start popping off. But my whole point being is, when I did whoop my son ass, my son had, little ass whooping marks. And I told the principal, like whoever wanted to get involved in it, I said, you damn right, I whooped my son ass. And I whooped my son ass, not because of what he did. I whooped my son ass because he disrespected two women, you and his sister. And I don't play that. I don't give a damn about none of that other shit. When you start disrespecting women as a man, then that means you growing up being a womanizer. You beating on women, and I don't teach my kids that. Neither one of them. And if my daughter had to put her hands on her brother, she would have been getting an ass whooping too. Because I told my daughter, the same way you can put your hands on a man, the same way a man gonna put his hands on you. And if I gotta pull out the shotty and go hunt a nigga down for disrespecting my daughter,